like it, the more consistent we are going to be in our business. And then when we plan it out on the calendar, we can look a couple weeks back, 2 to 3 weeks back, and then say, okay, hey, what do I need to be promoting? You know, I don't want to be necessarily promoting, but what content can I put out there so that people start following me or start connecting with me more, so you don't have to feel as salesy. So we're going to talk about challenge group planning, and then Jessica's going to talk a little bit about summer hours and then power hour. So summer hours, power hour, same, but different. I'm making sure that you're committing to those summer hours and not just letting the whole summer pass by and not making any progress on your business or in your own personal health. So, and then if we have time at the end, we might talk about Summit and the retreat, the Team on the Run retreat a little bit. For those of you that are going to the Team on the Run retreat, Jessica has a special group set up for that, and she'll talk about anything that's relevant for that at the end. Right, Jess?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anything else you wanted to add, Miss Jessica?
Not at all. That's beautiful. Thanks for letting me get organized. I, wasn't as organized as I thought. So thank you. I thought I had everything I needed, but I didn't. So I'm super excited for this call because I need it. I don't even know where my calendar is. So if that's any indication of how much I need this call.
So this is gonna be a working call. You guys can unmute yourselves, ask questions, but mainly it's a working call so that I'm getting my iPhone calendar because I have a wall calendar in my office and I'm obviously outside, so I'm not in my office. So this is going to be a working call so that you can plan it all out. If you already have it all planned out, awesome. Then you can share some tips as far as what works for you. But I don't want to be the only one talking about it.
Not at all, yeah. We want this to be for you and be helpful for you. So don't be shy. This is really informal. We're a really informal group, so.
All right. So the first thing, I would like you to get your calendar out. Who's using a digital calendar right now? Katie, who's using a paper or a dry erase calendar? And who has, wait, I see Teresa out there too. And then, so you have your calendars in front of you. The next thing I would like you to do is choose what groups you want to do. So you can write them on your calendar or just write them on a piece of paper. So for example, the groups that I'm doing, I like to create my own names and then stay consistent with it. So what I have kind of branded myself for the 21 Day Fix, instead of calling it 21 Day Fix, I call it 21 Days to a Healthier You. So I just posted an ad on my Naturalita page. So I call it the Naturalita 21 Days to a Healthier You. And that's the fun name that I came up with mine. That's simple, so people that know it's 21 days, but also it's not 21 Day Fix. It's not anything Beachbody related. So that's one that I'm doing this summer. And then the other one that I currently have in progress and I'll be doing again is my 30-day summer body boot camp. So that's another group where it's a multi-level group. Like, I just have birds back here, guys. So come up with catchy names. So if you haven't already, I know we've talked about this before, but it's always special because when I'm seeing people posting, when I'm scrolling through timelines, I see pictures of the 21 Day Fix, pictures of you where you can barely see your face. I see pictures of you saying the 21 Day Fix, and that's not really creating your own brand. That's just showing people that there's containers, but people outside of Beachbody really have no idea what that means. And the more you post the 21 Day Fix, the more likely people are going to go to the Beachbody website or Google 21 Day Fix and order from a website instead of connecting with you as a coach. So, Jessica, do you want to add anything to that?
Sorry. That, and we also need to remember, guys, that it's actually against Facebook policy to be selling from your personal page. Facebook can come in and take down your whole page, everything, wipe out everything. And they're probably not going to do that because they don't really give a shit about us. Like, we're not like big time or anything, but for you to be like, come join my 21 Day Fix group. Here's my link. Bad. You're clearly selling right from your page. Okay. And that is violating Facebook's policies, which everybody clicked on when you join Facebook. I would promise not to do this X, Y, Z. And so, just as much as you can avoid that is good. It's just a good practice to get into it. It just sets you aside from, just why would they buy from you if they could buy off Amazon? Well, because they're investing in you as your brand, and you as the coach, and you as a lifestyle that you're promoting. So just try to stay away from, I think, just from you saying 21 day fix, and having just pictures of Autumn. And don't post your link. We all did it. A lot of us did it for the summer sale.
I did it when I started, so it's not scolding you. It's just more.
No, not at all. And I've done it. I've done it. A lot of us did it for the summer sale. I think that's a little bit different, but
So what I want to know, and we can go around quick and share 2 groups that you'll be doing this summer. So the summer includes June, July, and August. And if you have your creative names written down, you can share those. But mainly just want you to get pen to paper and write down like what groups you're going to be doing and what months. And I would like you to do at least 1 group a month. Obviously, it's your choice what you want to do. But if you are doing a group, say you're a new coach, you don't have to do the group alone. I know when I started, and when a lot of new coaches on my team start, and some of the coaches that have been on my team for a while, and heck, Jessica and I even do groups together, you can partner up with someone too. So for those of you that are on the call, maybe you're new, you can say, hey, I'm new. I don't really have anyone to partner with, but I would like to partner with someone. So connect with me in the group after the call, or send someone a personal message so that you can create new partnerships. It doesn't have to be someone you already know. You can connect with other people too. So Jessica, I'm going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
So I shared what groups I'm doing. So I'm doing what I called it was 21 Days to a Healthier You Summer Edition. So I don't use the challenge guides at all, but that's my own preference. So I like to, when I'm doing a summer group, include summer recipes. For example, one of the posts I'm doing in one of my groups tomorrow, it's like, when are you going to go to a local farmer's market this week? When are you going to get outside and do something fun? I'll go to different workout videos that are Beachbody related and post something like a 5-minute workout that they can try, and they can do it outside. So I try to focus on that part, like the whole lifestyle, and not just, hey, do this program, follow it, because I'm not very type A. I'm more incorporate your life into something. So I'm doing the 21 Days to a Healthier You each month, and I'm also doing my 30-day body boot camp each month too. So those are my 2, and I'm also going to be doing a couple of free groups as well. I have to decide which one I'm going to do by tomorrow and set a date for that, but that's also on my list. So Jessica.
Yes. I am doing, starting on Monday, the 22nd, I'm doing my Strong, Sexy Mama Summer Boot Camp. And that is going to be a multi-program group and just geared towards moms, and I'm running it with Jessica Vigeland, who's a coach. I think most of you guys are familiar with who Jess is, but she's a coach in our greater Rockstar family. If you're not familiar with who she is, you should follow her, because she's really freaking awesome and inspiring and fun to work with. So I'm joining up with her, just an example how you don't have to always work with someone who is right in this small family, or someone that you know really well. You can reach out and work with other people. And so that's going to be multi-program. Most of the women are doing the 21 Day Fix, but I've got a few women who are doing other programs too. And then starting July 6th, I am doing a 21 Day Fix, and I think I just promoted it with not the most awesome promotion I've ever done just now, but and I think I called it 21 Days to a Healthier You. No, Better You. Something that I probably stole from you, Nikki, without even realizing I did, so I'm sorry. But I've called that in the past. A lot of times I call it my 21 day, boot camp or accountability challenge, but 21 days of food and fitness, whatever you want to call it. But I think I called it 21 Days to a Better You, which I now see I probably stole from you. So I'm sorry. I can revise the title. I think I knowingly stole it from you. So
no, I changed it in December, so I'm consistent with titles, because I have a lot of people that I'm following up, and I don't like to change the title every month so that they get confused. So it's back to consistency. So that's why I keep it that way for that one.
I like it. And sometimes I like to change up, and I just to play devil's advocate, I like to, because then people will message me and they'll be like, what is that thing you're doing?
Oh, yeah.
Because they think it's something different, and it opens up an opportunity to talk. So sometimes calling it the same thing, I think is really good. And then other times I think sometimes people it catches their attention if you call it something different. I don't know. But whatever. So I'm doing that July 6th. And I know for sure that my coach, Erica, one of our new coaches, has got a lot of people on board for July 6th. So I think I'm going to be teaming up with her and whoever else needs the support. And then I don't know what else I'm doing in July and August. I'm really trying to stick with being consistent and running a challenge the first Monday of the month. And so then I guess that I can look at my calendar here and say I'm for sure doing then one starting August 3rd. It would be the first Monday in August. So I will plan to start one then. What it is yet, I don't know. But I think that listening to one of the National Wake Up Calls, they talked about stop thinking like, oh, well, when I get enough people together, I'm going to do this challenge sometime this month. I've been trying to really change my mindset to I'm going to be doing a challenge the first Monday of every month. And I know it's something Bridget and I have been talking a lot about too. Like I'm going to do a challenge the first Monday of the month, period. And I am going to fill the challenge versus when I get enough people, I might do a challenge. Do you see the difference in the mindset there? So it's helping to keep me organized, but what my August challenge will look like, I don't know exactly. And Jess Vigeland and I threw this one together for June just because we wanted to do it. It was not something that I'm going to do routinely, I don't think. But anyways, that's me kind of rambling. But obviously I'm not super organized yet, so I need to get so hopefully this call will help me and I'll be more organized by the time we get done. Sorry, did I talk too long?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Let's see. Kristen. You're next on my screen.
So I took the suggestion about, because I'm newer, just trying to network, running like a free challenge. So currently I'm 6 going in 7 days of a free ab challenge. And it was a huge hit. There was 30 people that were interested and awesome. Very, very active. And I mean, it's so fun and it's not challenging at all to get them to talk and post. And then Shakeology came up without even me asking, because a couple of people have tried it before, are drinking it. So that definitely is fun. And I hope to have some people interested in, I've only done the 21-day fix and I love it. However, I am going to be expanding out myself, but I feel like I need to start a program at least myself before I try to get people to join me. So actually my accountability partner, Christy Hines, and I are doing a group, 2 different groups starting tomorrow for the graduates, we're calling them, for 21-day fixers that have done a round or 2 before.
I love it.
And then a newbie group, which I got, I think 6 people, and she's 8, so that's a decent amount. And then we're also going to team up and try, I believe, Jess, did you run like a running PIO type group? We like the idea of that. I'm getting into running myself, so I feel comfortable doing that and really want to do the PIO program. So we're looking into July. Now she's on vacation, so that isn't going to be until more the middle of July. I think the 20th for a start date. So I'm trying to figure out if I can do something on my own for the 6th of July, but I also have been at fault with just promoting the 21-day fix and not coming up with anything unique. So this is really good, this call, but I have to think about that so I can get some catchier posts out there. And then if there are people interested, I guess also look at maybe if other programs and not just the 21-day fix. And then I'm also doing Shakeology sample shake and share thing that I was on one of the calls this Thursday at my house. And
wow.
Invited and reached out to a bunch of people, but only a couple, have responded that they're for sure coming. So I have a lot of things on the calendar.
You do.
You
Good
do.
job,
I love it.
Kristen. Thank you for sharing. I won't go through everyone, but who else wants to share?
Can I throw a couple more things out?
Yeah.
Sorry. I got so excited by Kristen's post. I'm so excited about your abs challenge. I was going to say, I'm going to do a free challenge for sure too. And I was also thinking about doing the graduates post reminded me of doing like a back in the saddle challenge where I'm getting together like anybody who has been a challenger with me in the past. Don't have to purchase anything. Just come join me. Let's get back on track together as a way to reconnect with some old customers. And then everybody should be writing this down on your calendar right now. Size, you best be planning a challenge for August with that because it's going to launch in July and it will be big. Duh. And here I am saying, I don't know what I'm going to do August 3rd. Yeah, I do.
Let's see, White Girl's gonna dance.
I'm going to dance. I'm going to dance because that program is going to be big.
I haven't
Sean,
even started doing it.
Oh my gosh, Shaun T, people love Shaun T, so it's going to be big. So you better all be promoting a size challenge or at least a multi-program challenge where people can be introduced to size because there's going to be people who love to dance. This is the workout they've been waiting for. So even if you're not excited about it, get over it because there's other people who are going to be really excited about it. So, okay, sorry, I'll stop now. But
Awesome.
Kristen, you got me super excited, so.
Who else would like to share? You know you all do.
Us today?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Teresa, you're doing something with Shakeology that makes me excited.
Yeah, I've been promoting it for like a couple of days now, and I've been real like kind of bogged down. No one said anything to me, and as we're on this call, my sister-in-law was like, "Hey, I want to do your Shakeology challenge." She's like, "I also want to buy Pio from you and the 21-day fix." So, yeah, I was like, "Oh, perfect timing."
Cool.
So I don't think I'm the only person in my little Shakeology group, but Ellen Mao, is that her last name?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna team up and do starting next Monday.
Cool.
So I'll be sure. You know, I have so many people that are like, I don't want to spend $100-something. So
Yeah.
it makes sense to do that, and then try it. And then I wrote down on my calendar. I've actually never done the 21 days. I've posted a challenge for it, but I've never done it. And just the past couple of weeks, I've been like eating way too much. I feel like I want to do a program with the group this time.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be part of my July. I don't have a date, but gonna be in. But that's what I have planned otherwise.
Before the end of this call, we'll have you guys pencil in some dates on your calendar too. So if you don't have it done now, you will after this call, or when we post the recording, then you can share your dates under the recording when Jessica posts the recording. Does that work, Jess?
Yeah, I love it.
There's one thing with sitting on the call and sitting in and taking in information, and there's a different thing with taking action. I'm really good at absorbing information and giving information, but I'm good at taking action, but not all the time. So it's like absorb information, take action. So that'll be an action step if you haven't done it by this call, to at least do it by the time we post the recording. Who else wants to share?
I want to ask Bridget, how is it going for you, Bridget, running one multi-program group the first Monday of the month for 30 days? Because I know that's kind of a shift you've made after listening to, it must have been the same call I listened to. I don't remember who it was now, but.
Yeah, it's going really well. It makes me kind of nervous people don't want to buy a month in advance really, so you can't start promoting it, the first week of the month for a whole month later. I tried, and people can't really get their minds in the game that early, maybe one or two. So that makes me nervous to kind of like wait to start getting SCs towards the end of the month or middle of the month. But now that I'm into the groove, it just kind of works out. Like the first part of the month, I do private messaging for a lot of people, personal messaging to kind of invite personally. But I actually wait to do my call out on Facebook until about mid-month. I'll do one, and then I'll do a last call, within that last couple of days where they need to order. And that's where I'll get, those people that kind of need to like hop on. Like we're starting a week from tomorrow. It's actually working really well. And I feel like now that I have a plan, I'm in a groove and I kind of know what I need to do. It's not, before I was kind of hodgepodge and I felt like I my wheels spinning, more than I needed to. But actually this month, because of the 21-day fix, I threw in another one, June 15th. So I will be running 2 because I kind of wanted to take advantage of like school getting out and maybe some teachers or kids are at home and maybe people don't want to wait till July. So this will be the month where I do 2. But I really like the first Monday of the month or just having that one where I kind of work all month towards, and then I usually get a really pretty good sized group. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's something to learn from for all of us. So that's great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Katie says, I'm seeing a chat going on here. Katie says, my sound doesn't work. I'm doing 21-day fix starting next week. If anyone wants to team up, holler at me. I'm also doing a free 10-day ab group using BOD starting July 6th. If anyone wants to team up. Cool. I love it. And you're working on something creative to call it.
What about Bubba?
You gotta do something with the sexy summer 6-pack for your abs. I don't know what, but.
Go talk to your father. I can't believe you're still up.
All right. Oh, Nikki, you're muted, Nicole.
Sorry, I muted because we have like some crows going crazy. That's Jordan's last name too, so not Jordan Crow, like Bird Crow.
Jordan's going crazy in the background.
One thing that's helpful, that might be helpful, if you have any, and I just thought of this too, if you have any like self magazines, women's health magazines, or any like cosmopolitan type magazines, just open them up and flip through and see what buzzwords are coming up and see how that can incorporate it into your challenge. Or go to womenshealth.com or their Facebook page or their self Facebook page, any of their Facebook pages too, and see what words are coming up too. A lot of times they're the same words, they can be overused, but what is your take on it? How can you incorporate that? So that's something, if you're not good at making up names, or to see what resonates with you or what you're attracted to as well. Because a lot of times if you're attracted to something, people that are like you are going to be attracted to it too. So, and also those magazines that you have can also help you provide content, content that you can I want to say it in Spanish. That you can change up the words. That you can change up the words and create your own content for your like page as well. One thing that Bridget mentioned, once you do plan out your date, what I like to do is go at least 2 to 3 weeks back. And Bridget had mentioned this, so we might have her share a little bit more on how she does it. But I put it on my calendar and I look 2 to 3 weeks back, and then I start not necessarily sharing, but like Bridget said, I start messaging people just to start conversations, like more recent conversations, do more recent follow-ups, not really talking about my challenge group, just checking in with them, but also making sure that on my Facebook like page, as well as my personal page, I'm posting content at least once a day that's relevant to that challenge. Like, I'm not going to talk about the challenge at all, but I'll post something on, like when I was doing the 3-day refresh, I was putting up pictures of my 3-day refresh, but I was saying I was doing the 3-day refresh, but people have no idea what that is. But I was saying, hey, do you like basil? And here's a little bit about basil. Hey, do you like avocado? Well, if you don't, you're not my friend. I probably did say that, but but asking questions and seeing who's commenting. A lot of our Beachbody friends will comment and support, which is awesome because that gives us more affinity to see what new people are commenting, and maybe just send them a note and say, hey, just start that relationship too. So next thing I would like you to do when you have your date on your calendar, or maybe you're just going to write your notes and you're going to do it right after the call, is schedule back 2 weeks before. Actually, it's 3 weeks because it's 2 weeks before the week before ordering. So that doesn't really make sense. So if I was going to do a challenge on, I have to get out my phone, fell asleep. So for example, and we have talked about this before too, but if I was going to do a challenge and I wanted it to start on the 29th, I would go back 2 weeks and I would, so that would be June 8th. So I would be promoting or sharing stuff relevant to that challenge and messaging people at least starting June 8th, the week of June 8th and the week of June 15th, so that they could order by, June 20th, preferably, the 19th or 20th, so that they can place their orders then. And then what I do is I open up the group for a prep week on the 22nd. So early the week, at least a week before it starts. So I can get them in, have them do their intros, get them set up with the program. So it's all about putting it on the calendar and then counting back the dates too. And I know we've talked about this, but it's always a good refresher. It's always a good refresher for me. Because at times, oh shoot, I have this going on and I haven't even sent people messages. Oh, now I have to change my date. But you shouldn't get into that habit of always having to change that date, you know, like Jessica had said and Bridget had done too. So anything else you guys wanted to add on that, Jessica or Bridget?
What I think is helpful too is if you maybe go into your back office and look at some of your customers that maybe have fallen off, or were in your first groups or haven't, done anything for a while. I start messaging them too and not bring up another program, but just say, hey, how's it going? Are you still doing the workouts? How's your clean eating? And that usually sparks some conversation. And you might get a couple more that want to come back and maybe they're bored with their current workout and they're looking for something new, or, just by you reaching out shows that you care, which you do, and it can just start some good dialogue to maybe kind of get some new folks or current folks, back into your group. So that's a good idea to do that too.
That's a really good point.
Or some of them say, check back with me in September. I'll be looking for something then, and then I write it down. Or August will be good. I'll want to do something new, and so at least you'll kind of plant the seed, so it can't hurt.
Yeah.
And it always just is nice to keep in touch with your, customers no matter what. So
you're creating a marriage, not a one-night stand, Bridget.
Yes.
Love it.
Get married.
I also think when I have a set date, it makes that final follow-up, that last call follow-up personally to people a little bit less awkward, because I can be like, hey, look, I could honestly say like, hey, I'm getting my group set up for my 21 days to a healthier you challenge. And I just wanted to, I'm hoping you're in to join us. And I just wanted, to check in, because you're going to want to get your goodies ordered so that they arrive in time for you to be ready. What questions do you have for me? Something like that, and I feel like having that deadline, a lot of people need a deadline to be a yes or no. And so a lot of those fence sitters, people who aren't getting back in touch with you, it's kind of like, how do I reapproach them? Well, when they need to have their shit ordered, you can reapproach them and be like, hey, just checking in. Are you in or are you out? Because my group's getting set up and I didn't want you to think I forgot about you, and I really want you to join us. Are you still in? Are you ready to get started? What questions do you have for me? Always end with a question and just re-emphasize that you really want them to join you, but their time's up, basically. So I think that I don't know if anybody else agrees, but that for me is always a really nice way to like follow up and at least get a no if they're not going to join. So that helps, rather than being like, well, I'll just keep pushing my challenge back until people are on board. No, it's starting without them. So reach out. That's my little tidbit.
Firm dates. Be firm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the task, before we move on to the next topic, I want you to have at least 2 groups, 2 paid groups and a free group written down that you're going to do over the next 3 months, and make sure you have something consistent every month. Maybe you're a newer coach, like I said, partner up with someone or ask your upline coach to see what group they're doing and then maybe join in with them. But now is the time to stay consistent. Don't plan on doing one like every other month. If you want to stay consistent in this business as well as with your health and help with the people you're currently coaching, you need to have something going every month.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned is helpful. So choose what groups you're doing, plan out the date, count back a couple of weeks when you're going to start promoting it, when you're going to keep consistently adding value to your page and asking those questions, getting people to engage, and then write it on the calendar and start sharing. It's all pretty repetitive, but anyone have any questions?
I do.
Go ahead.
Is there too many groups that you've tried to run and it just gets to be too much as far as keeping?
Look at Bridget.
That's why I focus on one.
Yes.
I've had like 7 some months, and I'm like, why did I do this?
It's
Oh my God.
awful. Don't
It's
do it to
really
yourself.
hard. I'm doing 3 right now just because I have the mid one, the regular one, and then a clean eating one, and I'm like, so just be careful. I mean, it's hard to keep up with, with them, going in there, checking in on them, figuring out keeping them straight. I do have to say though, if you could streamline it and use the same posts, it makes it a little easier. If there is a situation where you have a few going on, try to keep the same posting if you can. Maybe use one that you could just copy paste. I know it feels kind of weird, but if you're kind of doing the same thing, that's kind of a tip. But yeah, I've done it. That's probably why, the first few months I was kind of crazier. So if that's what it takes and you want to get a lot of Success Club points, by all means, try it, but you kind of learn as you go. So I wouldn't say don't, but just kind of see what works for you, and if you feel like it's too crazy, then you kind of know, like, I need to go to one. It doesn't hurt to try if you feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
But you dictate your schedule. So that's the thing with planning it out. If you know that you're a little bit overwhelmed right now with all this stuff, how can you combine it all into one? Like, I like to do, like, my plan is to do a 21-day fixed focus group and then a multi-program group every month, starting at 2 different times. And then probably a free group maybe every other month. Because my free groups can get pretty big and crazy. So the beauty of it is that you figure it out. But what I learned, especially when I first started working the business, when the 21-day fix came out, I had
That's what
like
I was thinking too.
7 or 9 groups going because everyone was so interested, and I'm like, I will never do this again because I was working full time, I was commuting, I was also doing my other business, and I'm like, I feel like all my time is invested in this. When can I just want to shut off the computer and never talk to anyone again? It was a lot of energy drain because you're messaging people and they have questions, and then all the negative energy, and I'm like, so make it work for you. People, if they really want to join, they will wait, and really they're not waiting that long. So
no, or they'll jump in a group late and be okay with it. Too, because
that's the thing. There's maybe a couple people that have expressed interest I've talked back and forth with, and I know they're interested, but just I've given them the deadlines. But then it's like, do I start another group and try to then promote and do?
You make them wait.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer. And like Bridget said, it can't hurt to try, but then it's like, I've done it with it, launched the 21-day fix. Everybody was so excited about it, and people were getting their orders in at different times. And then corporate had a big screw up with the shipping of it, and everybody was getting their stuff really late, and then it sold out. And so what happened was I had like a group here of 3 people, a group here of 6 people, a group here of 2 people, and it was a nightmare. So I guess I feel like it's okay to tell them, hey, my next group starts July 6th, period. I don't know if you guys agree. Bridget, if you agree, Nicole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's okay to tell them that. You did give them a deadline, and they were wishy-washy, and so they can wait.
A couple people have gotten their package early then. They didn't order, say, in time, but then are early to get it for this next group. So they started already for a week, which I feel like that's fine because then they can know the benefits of the challenge group and having that support and accountability versus doing it on their own.
And they've used that time to kind of get familiar with it and work out any kinks with their grocery shopping. And I think that's okay too. But I've gotten a lot firmer the longer I've done this about not moving my dates around as much for people. I still do it, but it makes you crazy when you have too many groups going at one time.
I like the multi-format group too, because if you say I start, Monday, July 6th, and let's say you have someone that orders a little late, it's not really a big deal if they start a couple days late. Like they're already in there. They're going to mentally get ready. They're going to get their kitchen ready. They can start the clean eating. They can just, hop in on the day that they get it with their workouts. And I don't tell which workout to do. I don't say, I have people doing 21-day fix and other ones. So I don't feel like it's a big deal if you kind of did the multi one.
Well, that's, I guess, another question I would have, because I've only done the 21-day fix where it's, set up for you. So how do you run a multi group? I mean, you focus on the clean eating and the exercise, but like I start posting the week before.
and I just talk like while they're still ordering maybe, and just say, here's kind of what clean eating is, and just kind of get their mind wrapped around it. And then, the workouts start that following Monday, and it's all motivation. It's all mostly food. We talk about workouts, but I just keep it vague. I really like it, actually.
Is it a little easier not being so specific?
It is, because then I can kind of go like, what do I feel? What haven't we talked about yet that I think they're going to know? I'll, just post my food pictures. This is what I had today. Here's a good tip. Or I'll do little videos, how to read ingredients. Or, I like it. It kind of gives you a little more leeway just to kind of not have to be stressed out about, posting what the workout is or being so specific. I think it's fun.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I like the 30-day multi too.
And there
I've
is. Oh, sorry, Nikki. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say there is a multi-program challenge group in the back office too to get you started.
Do you want to talk about summer hours and setting summer hours and power hour, Jess?
Yeah, I really encourage everybody. I'm going to hold you to posting your summer hours this week in Team on the Run, because I really think you need to have them, or the summer will zip by and you won't get your work done, basically. I've said it a lot, and I say it again, that if you want this job to pay you like a job, you need to treat it like a job. If you want it to pay you like a hobby, then treat it like a hobby. And there's no shame in that either. Some people really want this to be a fun hobby, and they get a discount and they get a little extra money, and that's cool. And then if that's your approach, totally fine as far as keeping really casual hours and fitting in it when it works for you, right? But if you are looking at this as a job and you want to build your business, then you need to show up for work just like any other job. So I really think setting some hours and sticking to them so that you can be present with your family or your friends or whatever other obligations you have this summer during that time, and be present with your Beachbody business during that time is really important. And there's research out there that says that productivity pretty much goes down throughout the day. Okay. So I think that if you can get something done in the morning, I think that is helpful for most people, even if it's just a 15-minute check-in with your groups, or something that you schedule in the morning rather than waiting every night. And unless you're a night owl, which some people are, but if you wait and put it all off till the night, I feel like especially in the summer when we tend to be up a little later, our kids are up a little later, it gets hard to get stuff done. So that would be my expectation and my hope for you guys, is that you can set some summer hours and share them with the group, share them with your accountability buddy or your upline, and just really stick towards honoring those hours and being as efficient as you can with that time, rather than scrolling your news feed, working on getting, your essentials done, reaching out to people, inviting, posting content on your Facebook page, getting your workout in, drinking your Shakeology, because I think it's easy to think that summer is like a time that's easy to blow off your business, and that people might not be interested in getting healthy in the summer. And I find that I have really good success in the summer. So I don't know if that helps at all. Nicole, is there anything you want to add to that?
Just your summer hours, in those summer hours, what it is, and Jess can talk about this too, is that power hour. It is that focused power hour. It's not like what I like to do in my power hour is do the thing that I don't want to do the most, or that I struggle with the most, and that's inviting and that part. So I do that at the beginning, and I say I'm going to invite 5 or invite 10, and I do that first, and usually I end up inviting more. And inviting could be it doesn't mean, hey, join my challenge group. It means it's just connecting with people. And then usually when I'm sending those messages, what I like to do before I start sending messages or right after is post something valuable content on my page. And Facebook affinity could have changed, but if you're sending those messages to people, whether or not they're seeing them or not, your post is more likely to show up in their page because you've made that contact with them. So it could have changed, but I know that was something that had happened before, because you're engaging in that relationship. So one thing that I do is do that first. That's before I check into my team page. That's before I check into my challenge groups. That's before I do anything else. I do the thing that I that's hard to eat the frog. So I
Eat the
eat the
frog.
frog first, because then everything else is going to be a lot easier and more fun. So that's one thing that should be at the top of your power hour all the time. And inviting is the hardest, but think of it as, as we've shared many times, as connecting. And I know Brianna had asked, what do I say? And then I had said, well, what do you say to someone in person when you meet them? You don't say, hey, join my challenge group. It's about building that relationship, which we've talked about a lot. So if I have a list of people that say, I still have people from December that I've made contacts with, I'll go through and just go to their Facebook page, see what's going on, make sure there's not anything like a death in the family or they're sick or their children sick, nothing bad, but also comment and like something on their page and then send them a message, just building that relationship more, checking in to see what's going on with them. But doing that part first is the first part of your power hour.
I
Do you want to
agree.
talk about power hour, Jess?
No, Nicole, no, you said it really well. I agree. And I think that you need to focus on what your frog is. I think for 99% of us, it is probably inviting and following up. There might be some people who love inviting and following up, and maybe your frog is going into your challenge groups, and spending time. I don't know, but my frog is inviting and following up. So if I start with that first and eat that frog first, it's good, because otherwise what will happen is I will get sucked into my challenge groups, liking people's stuff and commenting on their sweaty selfie, or I will get caught up in scrolling my news feed, caught up in our team page. And these are all important things, yes, but those are not the things that are moving your business forward at that moment. You need to start with the stuff that's hardest first. And I think that throughout your power hour, you should really need to be focused with a checklist. And that means not interrupting yourself to, text your buddy or to get up and do watch a show. It means like sitting down and focusing for that hour, or maybe it's a half an hour at a time. That's what you've got. And then you've got a half an hour later in the day. That's fine. But really trying to stay focused and not sidetracked and not wasting time doing things that'll move your business forward. And you'll be amazed if you actually sit down and focus how much you can get done. Easier said than done.
I set a timer. I find that if I don't set a timer, I will lollygag, or I will go and post on stuff, and then I'll get caught up on what's this person doing? Oh, I should be doing that. And but I set a timer because something about that timer, I don't know when it's going to go off. So it's like, okay, I have to get all this done. So you're racing the clock. So that's something super simple, and that way it keeps me off my phone because I do my business stuff on my laptop. One thing, if I could recommend anything, is when I send a bunch of messages, I like to respond to messages from my laptop so that I'm not in a place on the go and responding to messages. That way, if it is urgent, I can look at it, and then I can mark it unread if I need to go back to it. But I like to be in a seated place on my laptop or sitting down and not like checking my phone in the car. Oh, this person responded. I can respond to them quick, because you really want to build that relationship. You don't want to have quick, short responses. I'm more one, I don't like it when someone gives me a quick, short response. I mean, it can be quick and short, but not quick, short, and rude. And I don't want people on the other end to feel that way, like especially a potential customer. Like I want to be in the mental space and be able to sit down. And that's when I do those message returns in the power hour. Another thing is that if someone responds to you, you don't have to respond to them within like 5 or 10 minutes. You can do that when you're sitting down. I know when I first started, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to respond. I was always on my phone, and that drove my boyfriend crazy. So now it's like, I shut off all my notifications. I don't do that. And I set that expectation for people that they can wait for a response, because I don't expect an immediate response from someone. And you don't want, if you set that expectation up front and you're always getting back to them, they're going to have that expectation when really we're not doctors. This is not an emergency. We can get back to them. So that just creates more structure in your business too. You can do that in your power hour, or if you see you have a lot of message, maybe set up an appointment with yourself for 15 minutes later in the evening where you can sit down and do it. So think of it, if you're thinking of it as business hours or an appointment, you're going to treat it more like a business as well.
I agree. And I think the same, that's really well said, Nicole. I think the same goes for as you're messaging people and you hear the dings and the notifications coming in, more messages, people are replying. Don't go back up there and check the message that just came in. No. keep doing what you're doing. It can wait. When you set that expectation that people are going to get an immediate response, and that includes your downline, that includes challengers, okay? You have a life to lead, and it's not fair to your family if you're on your phone all the time texting people back. And when you message people back from your phone, you're a lot more likely to have spelling errors and just goofy stuff. Take the time to check through your list, and don't go back up to see who messaged you in response until you're through that list. And enter those contacts in some sort of database as you're doing it. Easier said than done. Sherry.
My question is that I'm good at the power hours. I just get sucked in during the day going through the newsfeed. How do you balance that out? Do you put that in your power hour? Because you do need to check in on people and respond to people and stuff. So when do you check your newsfeed and check in on other people?
So are you checking into your groups, or are you scrolling the newsfeed to find posts from your groups?
No, I do that during my power hour. When do you go and you feel like you're giving people attention, just on their daily lives?
Like being
people-
social. Mm-hmm.
Being social. I will put that, and I'm not always the best at that, but I try to put that into my power hour because I get sucked in like crazy with that. And that's not productive time. I mean, if you're out, if you think of it, if you're at work, you're not spending your whole day socializing with people at work, at the water cooler. You have that time when you get up and go back to the bathroom break or whatever. Just keeping it in your power hour is what I would recommend. And if you feel like you need to go and do it, if you want to do it for a couple of minutes, it really doesn't take that long to, if we're focused on it. So we can do a little bit in the morning. Like what I try to do is I do a little bit in the morning. I'll go through and scroll and like and comment. And then in the evening, I try to do it because I'm on the West Coast. It's really beneficial for me. I try to do it when like people are sleeping more. So it's not as busy for me, but you also want to make sure that you are in there at prime time too, but just not getting distracted. So yeah, keep it in your power hour.
Yeah. Even like the last 15 minutes,
The last,
that's what I would.
15 minutes. Okay.
If you're just going out, if you're not including like more personally messaging somebody, but just like going to be social, because you do need to be social on Facebook. If you're expecting people to be interested in what you're doing, you need to be interested in what they're doing. But I would say, limit yourself to that 15 minutes at the end of your power hour to just go in and, target a few certain people and like their stuff or comment. And same thing goes with when you're making a social media post. I am terrible about this, and I'll make the social media post, and then pretty soon I've wasted 20 minutes of my day seeing what other people are posting. No, post your stuff and get out.
Okay.
You don't need to be on there like scrolling around. It's hard.
It is really hard. That's what I'm still trying to balance. So thank you. I really appreciate that.
Kristen.
For people that are doing this like around a job, a full-time job or whatnot, is it acceptable to, I know somebody talked about splitting up and doing a little bit in the morning power hour and in the evening. Is that acceptable to do that and have nothing like midday or the 8 to 10 hours of the day, and then getting into like the evening after the kids are in bed and all that, so it's getting later, but would that still be acceptable to have it a little bit in the morning and a little bit in the evening?
Yeah, that's what Alyssa does. Alyssa Gibson, I know she's on here. Yeah, that's totally great.
When I was commuting about 4 hours a day, so what I would do, I'd have to be up at 4, and then I'd have to leave my house after 5, but I'd be on a ferry, so I had like a half an hour where I would check in when my internet was working, because you're in the middle of nowhere on the ferry. I would check in the morning, and then I wouldn't look at it, but then on my lunch break I would usually take a walk, so then I would check in there and I would do a lunch break post, because if you think about it, most people are working during the day. They're not home. It depends on who your target market is, I should say. If you are a mom and you have pickup, people are going to be in line waiting for pickup, or when their kids are going to have naps, that's maybe the time you want to be posting. But for you, Kristen, like if you're up in the morning, most of the people that you're working with are going to be up in the morning. If you have a lunch break, if you wanted to do it then, do it then, or in the evenings. I mean, that's when most people are on Facebook too. So you have to think of it in that way.
And the good thing, like Jess had said, like get in and get out. That's the key. So I could do that midday if I just get out right away.
Go into your group, like and make a few comments, post something on your status, and get out. I think that's key. Otherwise, it sucks your world. You know, it sucks my world big time.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Jess, do you have anything that you want to talk about with Summit and the Team on the Run retreat at all?
A little bit, just a couple things. And who on this call is going to Summit? Me, Bridget. Okay, 4 of us. All right. So those of you who are not, and Alyssa's going to, we can't see her, but we know she's there. I know. Those of you who are not going, don't feel bad. There's next year, and you'll be there, okay? But Summit's like it's huge. So what your job back here is, while we're in Nashville, is to stay tuned in, okay? Like, obviously, I just told you to get in and get out, so don't be like on your phone all day. But expect texts, expect updates. They may come kind of randomly from us, or posts on the Team on the Run page, or Team Shine, or Team Believe in You. They may be kind of random because we're going to be in workshops like all day, but there is going to be news coming from Summit basically, and stuff that you guys are going to want to know, because paychecks are always really high right after Summit. Okay. People want whatever product is being launched. So we know the Beachbody, the new supplements, the new line of shakes, and I should probably know more about them than I do, but I will learn. Okay. That's coming out. Size is coming out, and I guarantee you there'll be something else that we don't even know about yet. Okay. So, it's just a big deal. So tune in. All right. Even if you're not there, don't just
live streaming.
assume. Yeah. They live stream it too. Yeah. Good call.
And record it.
So there's no reason to, even if you're not there, still like be plugged into what's going on, because this is going to impact your business. And definitely plan a size challenge for August. Okay. Even if dancing is not your thing. Dancing is a lot of people's things. So you want to be familiar with the product to be able to ask questions, because people are going to be asking you questions about it as if you know, even if you're not there. Okay. Does that make sense? So really be connected to what's going on, during your power hour, not all day long. You don't need to be watching the live stream, but be connected to what's going on, and do your best to make it next year, because it's amazing. And you'll just learn so much and grow so much and connect with your team so much. But be prepared for August to be big, and July when we get back. So,
can I add something, Jess?
Yes, please.
So one thing that I know, because this is my first year going to Summit, I didn't go. And I know one thing that I put into my power hour was to make sure I was checking the online office, because they're going to have updates of different things. And I was able to get my ticket to Nashville for like $99 because I knew when they were releasing it, whereas the people that are there, they didn't know when they were releasing the tickets. So I got my $99 ticket to Summit fairly early, because I was watching the online office. I was seeing when they were posting live stream stuff. I was making sure I was listening to that as part of my recording, or when I went for a walk, I would put it in my headphones and do that. Or if I was commuting, whatever. Another page to watch would be like the Beachbody 401 Facebook page. There's a lot of awesome information on that page. If you don't already follow it, I would recommend following that. They'll be posting stuff there. But your online office, your email, and that week I would, write that into your power hour, like your top 3 or top 5 things you're going to be doing, and just keep plugging in and fitting it in. Not that you have to be like on your chair watching it live.
But make the time to connect.
That's it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I would cut you off. Sorry. And in case you're not familiar, guys, we're going to be down there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, July 16th, 17th, and 18th. So write that down, because people are going to be messaging you wanting to know when size comes out and how they can get it. I promise you. And so you're going to want to have the answers to that, right? Yes, you are. So yeah, just stay plugged in. There's going to be a lot of information, a lot of big things. Pile launched at Summit, Vanilla Shakeology launched at Summit, 3-Day Refresh launched at Summit. If that kind of gives you a feel for like what it's been like in the past. There's always T25 launched at Summit. There's always big products coming out, and it's a big deal. And try to snag if they've got any sort of cheap rate on tickets at the end. Like Nicole said, try to snag it.
They'll announce the location too. I don't think,
Mhm.
I'm not sure. I thought I saw Amanda say it won't be in Nashville or it will be in July. I don't know, but they don't announce the location until Summit for the next year and then the date.
Yeah. Yeah. It will be in July, but not Nashville, I think. Right. Yeah. So just get plugged in, guys. It's super, super exciting. And you're going to want to know all the information and all the stuff coming out. And then Team on the Run retreat. I promised you guys, sorry. I have a nasty sore throat. I promised you guys I'd get cabin assignments, and I will. I've been meaning to do that. So I will get them, and there are 27 of us going right now.
Who's going on the call?
Who's going on the call to the retreat? I think a bunch of people. Yay! Ah! I'm so excited. So there's 27 of us going, and we have 3 cabins, and so a lot of this is information that I've already posted in the group, but that means that there's 3 spots left. So if you have a new coach who wants to come, they still can join us. Or if you've got a coach that's already on our team that decides they're able to come, or somebody who just wants to come for the day, keep that in mind. So because there's 3, we can still sleep 3 people. And I'll get cabin assignments for you guys because you're going to want to talk amongst your cabin mates to figure out your food situation. Melissa, Amanda, and I are doing food for you guys on Friday night. And so you'll be responsible for Saturday's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then whatever you want to eat Sunday. And then we'll probably go. And we will be talking about an agenda, Melissa, Amanda, and I too. So we'll let you guys know, but there'll definitely be live workouts and cool stuff. So, oh yeah, Jamie, it is, I probably didn't say when and where it is. It is going to be, Jamie, or anybody else who is interested, it is going to be the last weekend in July. So July 30th, 1st and August 1st. And it is going to be in Wisconsin Dells at the Wilderness Resort. So, yeah. So that's, we got to come up with our agenda, but we've been talking a little bit about it, and I think it's going to be fabulous. So I know it's going to be fabulous, and I can't wait. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I'm just so excited. It's like a really big deal, guys. I don't know. It's really cool that Amanda's coming, and Nicole's coming, and Melissa's coming. People are flying in, so it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. So, yeah. I think that's all I have to say about that. I'm sorry. I'm really tired, so I feel like I'm kind of off my game. Any other questions as far as – oh, no, I cut you off like 2 different times. There's always kind of a delay with talking. Like I can't tell if the person's done or not. So any other questions as far as just planning your summer out and staying consistent with your hours and what to anticipate?
So when you get off the call, what I would recommend is taking your time to write it all out, and then Jess will provide the recording for those that weren't on the call to listen in. And when she does provide the recording, or maybe whatever you want to do, just have them post on the recording or post a separate one, post in that group, and then write it underneath there. And that's you just kind of setting it out to the universe. We're not going to critique you. You can talk to your upline coach. Does this look okay? You can do that. But it's more just knowing that you have it planned out for you and you're feeling consistent and you're ready to rock the summer. And then always try to plan like 2 to 3 months out. If you can plan 6 months out, awesome. At least have like a kind of a plan and then make it more concrete within 2 to 3 months. I think that'll be helpful. And that's something that I failed to do when I started, and it's been really helpful now most of the time.
Agreed.
Awesome.
And I think always connect your plan back to what your goals are. Are you doing, what are your goals with this business, and are the actions that you're taking every day, every week, every month, are they aligned to those goals? I just think that's really important. Are you moving your business forward, or are you scrolling the Facebook newsfeed like I find myself doing too much?
Are you providing valuable content for people? Are you providing valuable information so that they can connect with you on a day-to-day basis? Not, hey, I got my workout done. It's like, hey, what are you doing to move your body today? I just did this. Like, I always start with a question. Before I say anything about myself, I start with a question. Like, people, they'll see your sweaty selfies. They'll see that stuff too, but it's always starting off with a question so they get engaged in your post or providing valuable content. I see it a lot. I scroll the news feed, and not necessarily Beachbody coaches or other coaches, like I'm like, oh, what? Yeah, I like that, but I don't know what the hell they're talking about or why, you know. And so I'm trying to be more consistent and ask questions too.
Yeah, definitely.
A ramble. All right.
Teresa, I liked your post about your Trader Joe's trip, by the way. I don't know, I just liked it. I like your posts. They crack me up.
I love the Trader Joe's.
I do.
It was my first time. It was really cool. The people were nice there.
It's awesome.
Some of them are my best friends. Like, they know when Dora and I come in. They know our habit. They know us. They know everything. It's just funny. They know. They know us.
Trader Joe's is awesome. I love your posts. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I know it's late and I need sleep, but it's so nice to see your beautiful faces, and I can't wait to see some of you at Summit, and I can't wait to see almost all of you in the Dells. So, super exciting, and just I can't wait for us to rock this summer too. It's going to be big. It's going to be a great summer. So, keep working hard.
Have a good night, you guys.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.